EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go in a rematch of what would come to be known later as the first Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Packers are trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Rodgers now to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
This will be prolonged. The league is not pleased with the decision that Sue Robinson handed down today. The next decision, big decision, belongs to the league, considering that the NFLPA said last night they would accept whatever decision the judge handed down to the judge.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down.
Suspension that could go on through the courts and drag on and become very, very messy and involve other people and other teams. Yellow!
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Well, a shaky start for both quarterbacks now. We had the interception on the opening drive, and now they throw it right back to him.
So does that mean we're really kind of starting from the beginning, Brandon, right? Both of them have done it, so we kind of start from scratch. Looks to me like both of these defenses have done their homework, and they're executing quite well. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's got this down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Lets it fly deep for Cobb. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb, 35 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead.
Expecting a suspension somewhere in the range of 6 games, and throughout this process that never really changed. Even this morning before Robinson's ruling came out,
on is Mason Crosby for the point after.
What do you think's going to happen? What's your prediction? And I kept hearing 6 games. So the Browns are not surprised. This is something
and it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
What's going to happen in Circle today? I was told that Kevin Stefanski addressed the team in a meeting about the Watson suspension about a couple of hours ago before a walkthrough, and they are still scheduled to have their training camp practice this afternoon.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. Ooh, the juke. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Now Mahomes. Gets this into the hands of Gray, the tight end. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 2nd and inches, Mahomes. Looking towards the sideline, finding Kelsey for the completion.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. And how about this decision? Tie game, first half. But here's an onside kick. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. I can't say that's something you see often, but it worked out for them. Tie game, they try to get the ball back, and they do.
You know, when I was a kid, my dad used to give me a lot of tales about this guy called Old Mo. I never knew who Old Mo was. Now I do. It's Old Momentum, and they want to keep riding it.
Old Mo. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get the football back at their own 17. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A good gain on first. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. the backfield. This is Aaron Jones. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. A check down here to Jones. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Rodgers now on 1st down. And it's complete to Adams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On play action, Rodgers. He hits Adams complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs 16. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Now this is Kelsey, a tight end carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play from our studios in Orlando. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And 2 interceptions already here in this 1st half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. An even 90 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to get this down inside of Green Bay's 15-yard line. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
It's like they assume they can't afford their insurance. The surprisingly great race to fit in the budget. Let's get a quote today. The best things in summer are unofficial.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a third
no!
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Juan Thornhill.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And he's on
Last man.
4-yard line.
Just subbed and liked.
He doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to
Keep grinding.
score some points. I do know this from experience.
Can you do the same?
It's muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 49 yards. First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long game or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams, 58 yards. Jones, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
This is the first disciplinary case that they've used this new format in deciding.
Extra point try now for Crosby.
This is always recounted by the commissioner or his designee. Now, under the collective bargaining agreement, the commissioner or his designee can do it on either side, and they have to put it in.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes, complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. They find some open field here. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers add on to their lead. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right?
That's true. You've said that before.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Back near his goal line. Here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the grab. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
Obviously, what he overcame in his career was pretty unbelievable. And it was sad day.
Pretty rare that athletes from across all sports are impacted by one person. That's exactly what Tom Brady described there. We have much more coming from speaking today for the first time during training camp.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Mahomes going to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. On 1st down, Rodgers dancing to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
And still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Demarcus Robinson, 73 yards. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. But they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did.
So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory right at the 40. Now a play fake. Rodgers looking deep for Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. They'll try and throw for it. Buying time to his left. That's caught.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes.
This one swung out to Williams.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And now here's another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Being chased out left. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking deep for Adams. He's complete. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On play action, now Rodgers eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Nobody knows what the key's going to look like. You think you have a center and then he gets injured.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Rodgers looking to throw. He hauls it in. Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling there to make the grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Crosby connects on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Would it be Frank Seedy? This is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team, because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Rodgers throwing here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
56, the mic, boy, 56. Check 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On second and goal, Rodgers forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. On play action, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and it didn't do it very often.
They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hill. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Yeah, the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that +3.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And that's an off.
Escape suspension for violating the league's personal conduct policy following accusations of sexual misconduct. Now, disciplinary officer Sue L. Robinson, former federal judge, they've just released her findings in this report. I'm coming off my phone and paraphrasing just a bit, but I do want to read to you what her finding was in her conclusion. She writes, the NFL may be a forward-facing organization, but it is not necessarily a forward-looking one. Just as the NFL responded to violent conduct after a public outcry, so it seems the NFL is responding to yet another public outcry about Mr. Watson's conduct. She then goes on to say about her suspension, and this again is from Sue L. Robinson, this report just released. Mr. Watson is hereby suspended for 6 regular season games without pay. Although this is the most significant punishment ever imposed on an NFL player for allegations of non-violent sexual conduct, Mr. Watson's pattern of conduct is more egregious than any before reviewed by the NFL. This was just released moments ago. As for how we got here, here's Jeremy Shaw.
After the 2020 NFL season ended, dissatisfied with the direction of the Houston franchise, Deshaun Watson, one of the league's best players, demanded to be traded. It was soon afterward, with his future as a Texan suddenly in doubt, that Watson was in the news for something much more significant than a potential trade.
Serious accusations against Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson.
The 25-year-old facing accusations that he assaulted and harassed women during massages.
At one time, there were 25 women suing Watson, and all of them worked with him during massage therapy sessions, including Ashley Solis.
Deshaun Watson assaulted and harassed me on March 30th, 2020.
They accused him of behavior ranging from harassment to sexual assault.
6 more civil lawsuits accusing Deshaun Watson of sexual assault.
There had also been a criminal investigation taking place. With Watson accused of so much by so many, he did not play this past season, even as he remained on the Texans' 53-man roster, drawing his full salary. In March, the civil and criminal cases against Watson both reached critical junctures. Watson sat for depositions for the civil complaints, facing questions from plaintiffs' attorneys for the first time. Simultaneously, 2 separate grand juries in Texas convened to consider criminal charges against him. Ultimately, no criminal charges were filed in either jurisdiction.
It's definitely a very emotional moment for me. I know we're far from being done of handling what we need to handle on the legal side, but today is definitely a big day.
In late March, despite facing at the time 22 civil lawsuits, the Cleveland Browns traded for Watson, giving him an NFL record $230 million guaranteed contract. Watson said this was an opportunity to remake his image.
For me to come in here and have the opportunity to show this community, show this city, show this organization, show this locker room who the person I really am. And that's the main focus that I want to do, is continue to show people who I really am and get my story out initially.
In late May, some of the women with pending civil lawsuits against Watson, including Ashley Solis, reacted to Watson's historic contract in an interview with HBO's Real Sports with Brian Gumbel. Solis told the program that to her the contract is, quote, like a big screw you. That HBO interview prompted a 23rd woman to file suit against Watson, according to her attorney. Mia Smith, a licensed cosmetologist, alleged Watson exposed himself to her, groped her, and tried to pressure her into having sex during massage therapy sessions in the summer of 2020. Allegations similar to those mentioned in other civil complaints. Watson's attorney, Rusty Harden, said that Watson vehemently denied the allegations, as he had with all the previous cases. Later in the month, this.
We have a major development in the Deshaun Watson saga. The lawyer representing 24 women that are suing the Browns quarterback says that 20 of those civil lawsuits have now been settled.
NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said the settlements would have no bearing on the league's process as it continued its investigation of Watson, a process that finally culminated in today's announcement.
Again, the league has responded, saying it will take some time and meet. They have 3 days to appeal the decision. As for the schedule, Browns open up the season against the Panthers. You know the story there with Baker Mayfield. Watson will miss a divisional game against Pittsburgh in Week 3. The final game of the suspension is going to be against the Patriots before returning in Week 7 in a divisional matchup against the Ravens.
And let's keep going there with the football side of this as we welcome in our analyst, Dan Orlovsky. And Dan, again, we have the new 6 games. Let's go through what this means now on the field for the Cleveland Browns, because he is allowed to play and practice throughout the preseason, play in preseason games. Can't practice during the first 3 weeks of the regular season and then returns to practice after Week 4, getting set for the potential return then in Week 7. Let's go back to just the preseason game part, right? Should they even let him play when you're trying to get presumably Jacoby Brissett ready to go as starter?
I think you go forward with the mindset that this is Jacoby Brissett's football team.
Hey, Jada.
And basically switching Deshaun Watson and Jacoby Brissett's roles. Deshaun Watson can get your second team number 2 reps both in practices and games. But there's 52 other people on this football team that you need to think about, coaches, organizations, and players. And Jacoby Brissett is going to be the guy that, as of right now, for the 6 games, is going to be their starting quarterback. So you got to give him those reps to give your football team the best chance possible to win games. I think last year there was 2 teams in the conference championship games that started the season 3-3, and they ended there, and that's the Chiefs and the 49ers. So for the training camp purposes, both practice and preseason, I think you say, Jacoby Brissett, you're our starting quarterback. Deshaun, the tough part is if it stays 6 games of suspension, they'll go 658 days since playing football. So you want to be aware that he needs work and reps and all that. I think you get him as the number 2 quarterback. This should be Jacoby's team for that 6-week period.
Well, then that number 2 quarterback means we will see him on the field during the preseason if that's the road that they choose to go.
You want to get him those reps, yeah. I just don't think you do it as the starting quarterback. You want to make sure that you're giving Jacoby the best chance to play well, because again, you're trying to respect the rest of your football team.
Absolutely.
You're not just saying, hey, Deshaun's the only one that matters, and we're going to get his reps. Jacoby's got to be able to feel very comfortable with Kevin Stefanski as their play caller, and Deshaun can get those backup reps in games to somewhat get back to full speed playing live.
And once again, this is where the Browns basically expected probably a minimum of 6 games, and so therefore they have been preparing for Jacoby Brissett to take over this role anyway. What do they need to do to make him set him up to succeed as much as possible?
I don't think it changed much. Candidly, this is a football team that on paper is top 10 defense in the league talent-wise. So you go, our offense is only 50% of that equation. And Kevin Stefanski, their head coach and play caller, has got a history running this offense with quarterbacks that aren't ultra-talented. Think of a Kirk Cousins, very good player. Even a Baker Mayfield of last year, very good player, but not the talent that Deshaun Watson is. So I think you let the history of this offense, the scheme, the top 5 offensive line and run game, and the top 10 defense somewhat carry the 6-game suspension as of now, and just believe that Deshaun is a player that can go and create things on his own. Jacoby can't. But this offense is good enough and talented enough that he can be good enough to give you chances to win games. And I'll go back to the fact of those 3-3 teams last year, 2 of them made the conference championship. So I don't think Cleveland has to change anything because the roster is so healthy.
It has to be 6 games, though, to your point about starting 3-3. I mean, every single game.
Division 2 and the conference is loaded, but
it's ridiculous. Yeah. That division for sure. So if everything goes as planned, stays status quo, and no appeal is filed, that may change this at all. Week 7 at Baltimore, we could see, you assume that we would see Deshaun Watson take his first snap in how many days?
658.
In the meantime, it's Jacoby Brissett's team in Cleveland. Thank you.
All right, Judge Sue L. Robinson's report has been released, all 16 pages of it. Adam Schefter's going to join us to react on what she wrote as to why her decision of a 6-game suspension. And Tom Brady speaking today for the first time at training camp, how Tampa now adjusted that a key member of the offense. That and more top stories, top of the hour ahead on Sports Center.
Only two things are forever. Love, Liberty Mutual customizing your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. And if anyone objects to this marriage, Kevin, no, not today. Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 liberty.
Starbucks Triple Shot Energy. What gives you energy? The best things in summer are unofficial. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
We changed our fries to make them hot and crispy every single time.
High thrive.
And every single time, Toby insists we high thrive.
High thrive. High thrive. High thrive. It'll catch on, right? Try Wendy's hot and crispy fries. Prefer almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's.
We love our pets, but we don't always love their hair, which is why we made Bounce Pet Hair and Lint Guard. With 3 times the pet hair fighting ingredients, just one sheet helps remove pet hair from your clothes. Looking good starts in the dryer with Bounce Pet.
Thank you for taking care of Lorenzo. For a noticeably smooth shave, Dollar Shave Club.
After the biggest event of the summer, the heat wave continues on Raw.
We're just getting started.
On Raw after SummerSlam, only on USA.
Someone stealing a package from your porch?
Oh yeah, that's not good.
The Arlo doorbell with advanced AI object detection helps you protect your everything.
Steering, throttle, clutch control, braking, it all needs to sync with the engine. That's why the clarity of the exhaust is so important, and that's why we give you the true voice of that motor.
It's a beer opener that turns off all work apps.
The BK $5 Getaway Meal is here to satisfy your cravings. Enjoy a savory Southwest Bacon Whopper Jr. with small fries, 4-piece crispy nuggets, and a small drink. The $5 Getaway Meal with Southwest Bacon Whopper Jr. Only at Burger King.
New projects means new project managers. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/hire and get started today.
Yo. MLS is on ABC. Atlanta United versus Seattle Sounders FC. Yo, yo. Saturday, Atlanta United versus Seattle Sounders FC at 3 p.m. Eastern on ABC.
I'd rather be a person my chair and learning the craft in detail and put into it. That way I try to convince myself that I need control of the business side of my business.
Into Equipnos makes it easy for you to get a complete view of the business, so you can sit back and relax.
sure.
the regular season.
I was just.
Patriots open as well. Patriots don't start off the season fighting Tom Brady's
Dang
record.
it.
Patriots lost again last
Yeah.
week. What are expectations in Tampa
Bless
after
you.
a major loss on offense? And with baseball's trade deadline down to mere hours, new detail the three teams in the best position to land Juan Soto. So a lot of moves, including, as you may have heard, the massive loss of a key weapon in the sport for Boston Celtics. And that final fight, the legacy of LeBron, in fact, his name signed into the
You
Golden
already
State
know it.
Warriors for really for the rest of their time in the NFL.
Well, here we are, August 4th, a marquee day in the
He gonna
NFL. Flight the season is here.
right. He gonna run him into the brain.
And we got it this morning. Deshaun Watson
Yep.
suspended 6 games for the upcoming NFL season in
Yep.
violation of
Yeah,
the
that nigga be doing some shit.
policy, no monetary fine. Disciplinary officer Sean
Cause
Robinson
the
will be
thing
serving
is,
10 days today, so 10 months in
oh shit.
custody.
Hello.
We've heard that your conduct today. Here's what we know about the ruling. More of it hasn't come out, including the entirety of the report. 6 game suspension for violating the league's personal conduct policy. He won't be fined. He's allowed to work out and play in games with the team during the preseason. He cannot, however, play or practice with the team in the first 3 weeks of the regular season, but he is allowed to return to the clubhouse for
Hell
practice
no.
for the second half of the suspension. That'll be fluid. Let's bring in our Adam Schefter as this news has continued to come out throughout the afternoon. Adam, what can you tell us about how Judge Sue Robinson relied on eight suspensions to come to her decision?
Well, her decision was in 16 pages, and I just finished
I
reading
gotta do
those
it, bro.
16 pages, and basically the judge said
I'm 0
the
2.
NFL proved in its case that
I'm
Deshaun
0 2.
was engaged in sexual assault, that he was a part of a behavioral pattern that posed a genuine danger to the safety and well-being of another person,
Man.
and that his conduct undermined and put at risk the integrity of the NFL. So she agreed with the NFL that
Oh, the
Deshaun
nigga's good.
Watson
The nigga's good.
granted a
You
victory
gotta be
lap
honest.
to the NFL.
You gotta be
The
honest.
victory was not in the fact that she suspended him for 1 year, which is what the league was seeking. And basically, she said these were non-violent acts. And she compared
Bro.
Deshaun Watson's behavior to some of the other suspensions that had occurred that the
No.
league issued and ruled on from 2015 to 2020. There were 21 6-game suspensions. And those involved violence in many cases. And in this particular case, the judge did not feel that the precedent was set for the league to change the rules and impose a suspension longer than the one that she issued,
The
despite the
second string
fact
came in
that
and
she felt
got
that the
busy.
NFL proved its case, that there was sexual assault, that he posed a danger, that he compromised his own and the league's reputation. So there were a whole host of factors that she entered into her decision that now people can read, and it's all there in print. And now the NFL must make a decision and decide whether or not to appeal in the next 3 weeks.
So, in between when we were in commercial breaks, you mentioned something there that I thought was interesting reading her report. She does go on and say, hey, yeah, NFL, this was proven. But also, there's precedent. And I'm a judge, and I can do things based on precedent. It was almost as if she said,
Jada.
listen, public outcry for one thing
Just
doesn't
talk.
mean that to another. And that's how she came up with the fact that, in her words, this was harsher than any suspension for anyone who had been alleged of a
Bro.
non-violent sexual offense.
And that was the whole issue. She said that the league had not given notice.
Niggas be acting like they don't know what weirdos be doing.
Changed before the season.
But you know this is Deshaun Watson shit coming out now. They like, man, that nigga only settled because he was trying to hurt and play football. Nah. Nah. Cause remember, okay, so like the same thing like the NFL, how they done settle all them CTE cases. That's cause if they go to court, nigga, they have to pay them niggas so much more money. Because it's like I wasn't doing nothing like that wrong. Like they knew something might happen. It's like, nah, nigga, you knew, you did know, you knew exactly what might happen if you did X, Y, and Z, and you just let it happen. And that's why you gotta pay. Like same thing with Zuckerberg, like right, like Zuckerberg had to pay the twins because he stole their shit. And if it would have went to court, the court would have been like, nigga, you actually stole their shit. You owe them niggas 2/3 of the shit, not 60 million. We had to pay the niggas.
That the former federal judge C.L. Robinson has rendered. The NFL made those other decisions.
Exactly.
This
If
is just
because the
another
thing is, bro, don't
crazy
nobody want that
coincidence
shit to
in
get aired
Madden.
out.
And this is
Cause
what
you
the judge decided to do. And
you
after that decision,
you seen the
many
movie,
right-wing
you seen
NFL
the
owners
Facebook movie,
they said in their statement,
you seen the Facebook movie, nigga. All them emails, all the niggas saying, "What's up, bro? Give us an update on our idea. Give us an update on our idea. Give us," and then the shit just come out, and you like,
personal conduct policy
"Oh,
violates
we
the
suing this
laws.
nigga."
They should immediately be held to
we got,
diligently investigate the process. The state editor continues. He said, "Party in agreement
you ain't.
with
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
judge
saying. That's
that
why.
the
That's why you just get a niggas a settlement.
decision would
You
be
like, you know
unanimous."
what?
Madden
I'm finna
players
just get these hoes.
his
Like,
video
if he
game
settled
policy
with
to
20 of them, well, he
decision
settled with
was
23 of them
unanimous.
now, and I assume that everybody got at least
Players
100K or they tripping, right?
steps.
Like,
Again,
you gotta give me
expected to
100K,
make
bro.
a decision at the end of the day, but
This shit.
Travis, all the records. It was a big decision for the National Football League.
Oh, that's why
There are
that
some
is that
key
one chick that
controversial
actually saw this
topics
chick. Again, they keep saying
this
23 of the
decision,
24.
and
First, it
Madden
was 20 of the
experts
24,
are
and
worried
then I
about
guess like the
repercussions
last
if
four,
the NFL
like was
completely
trying to get more money or more
eliminates
whatever. And
civil
there's one
liability
girl
for
that I don't think she
violations
gonna.
just like this
I think she's
case.
gonna want that shit to
Individuals
go to
in this
court and
system
have to
may
actually
be
play itself out.
involved in the legal
It
process
might,
of
cause she
making
might be the
a
nigga not
decision.
about the money. She might want to
So
actually
in part,
have to
this
see the text
decision
messages that
comes
expose that he
immediately
did some shit,
after the judge appointed arbiter. And now, if the league
bro.
appeals the decision, it goes to Roger Goodell, or gets denied, does it the league is right back to where it was a couple of years ago when they put him in the position that they didn't want to be
Bro,
in,
exactly,
which is
exactly.
why Sue L. Robinson was appointed
Right.
in this particular case. And so the league has to figure out whether it's
And
going
you
to
found something?
accept
You
the
know it's something.
possibility that if this
I said
appeals
you know it's something. That
ends
shit
up
exists
finding
everywhere.
that Deshaun Watson should have been
But
suspended
that be
for
the
a
thing,
year,
bro.
then whether it should challenge
Really,
the
to me,
case
bro,
and
because
take
you
the
know,
league back to
just like
where it
everything, bro,
was,
you know you
which
can
is
just get some
where
pussy.
they haven't wanted to be in
You
moving
Deshaun
forward.
Watson, bro.
And that's why
You
this
can get
to
a
me
bitch to
is
do
going to be
whatever.
fascinating over the next 3 days. You bring in CeeDee
But
Robinson,
instead,
you're going to have to deal with it the first
you
time
you
she makes a decision.
you
You're
reaching
going to
out
have
for
to
hoes
deal with
that
that
you
village
damn near for
that
me is damn near like a
ultimately
bitch
decided
who don't really want to fuck
and
with you or
put
don't care that you
the
Deshaun
NFL
Watson.
and the NFLPA. It's been fascinating to watch. Let's check back on you later. Thank you. Thank you.
On some
The timeline for this is way back to March of 2021. That's when Deshaun Watson's legal issues began, when he first essentially filed civil
right,
lawsuits filed against him, alleging sexual misconduct. That's when they were filed.
right,
March
right,
of this
right.
year, so a year later,
And
he
I was
sued
saying,
Harry
even
Epstein, declined to indict
like
Watson
even
again,
you go to the
on
strip club,
charges
some
that
hoes
he
be
was
like, hold
alleged to
on,
harass.
don't touch
Years
me.
later, remember all of
If
the
you want to touch me, it's an
lawsuits
extra
filed
20.
against the civil. Late last night,
And
attorney Busby
like,
Phillips
damn.
agreed the remaining
But
four
again, see, we
lawsuits
different because
related
we
to
cool.
four
So bitches don't be
sexual
caring that we gonna
allegations.
touch me. You know what I'm
One
saying?
has
Like in most cases,
and one has
they
been
go.
dismissed.
But you done seen a
Now,
nigga get
the
told to
case
keep your
filed
hands off
Monday,
me.
Thursday
Like
night. So May of
you done seen a
2022,
bitch like move a nigga hands like
so
stop touching me.
after the ruling came
You done
down,
seen it because niggas be weird and he's like, damn,
planned in
damn, that
February.
nigga must be tripping, right? He must be taking it too far. If the stripper's telling you to chill, you gotta be being crazy.
You, like Jake, have spent a lot of time covering the Browns, especially in the last couple of weeks. With
They be
attorney
chilling.
Jake, what about from your perspective? How does today's decision track with
Because bro,
Jake's
like,
alleged
and I be
misconduct
talking to them hoes
with the
because
Washington team?
I literally just been. It's like, bro, I got hoes. I don't like this is fun. So like, I love that you smell. I know that I love that you smell great. That your body feels super soft. Thank you. Like I appreciate everything you doing. How's it? How's life? How's life? You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Doing the due diligence to figure out,
Exactly.
do you feel comfortable with this
Exactly. They be like, so
decision?
what you do? What you be doing
Which
like during
again
the day?
is a lot of work.
They
So
be like, shit, I be
in
chilling,
terms of
smoking.
delivering this sort of
I be smoking, watching
civil
Stranger Things, watching Stranger
tough
Things.
decision,
You like, oh, so you a
for
nerd? Hell
Watson,
yeah.
when they
You
have
watching Stranger Things and anime.
the
I'm
right
like, what?
and
Like,
ability to say to Deshaun Watson, and what could be the
yeah, it's
benefit in
like,
their eyes if
like,
he's able to
girl,
speak his mind?
like even
So
on fucking
today,
P Valley,
this is sort
she
of one
says,
side of what I think
bro,
is
P
the
Valley is so
positive.
funny
There's
because
different teams that were interested in working with him
obviously
before
it's
he
just
was
you know like all
indicted in
TV
November.
shows, they're just staged
And
wherever
now
they
Tuesday,
staged.
they all felt
You know
like
what I'm saying? Like
maybe
fucking
Deshaun
Scandal is like
Watson would be his
the
flip
White
to
House. You
them.
know what I'm saying? Scandal's like DC
Finally
and the
get
White
some
House.
type of
Like
solution
Power is in the
to
hood in
the
New York and
unfortunate
shit.
deal
You know what I'm
that
saying? It's
is
just, but
this
again, they all happen the
allegedly
same types of
sexual
stories. It's
assault
a some wild shit going on. It's some scamming. It's some sex. It's some betrayal.
She began to take her test the next day. Officers at Tuesday they were ready for 121 over the weekend, reporting on the grounds. Calls from urine poisoning charges of Lafayette City's teammate.
Yeah, I feel, but it
Yeah, so I spent
it
almost a
damn
week in Cleveland, and it is
damn near sucks. Right, right. Like they could have like they gave us Mississippi character development like season 2, episode 4. Like what? You remember? You remember dear on Dear White People? Oh, okay, okay. Well, either way, there's one. She's so bad. She the baddest. She the baddest, bro. Bro, that motherfucker gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
And this is the crazy. So she has a whole episode. Yeah, no, no. I'm just saying she literally is just like yeah. Nah, that's not it. That's what I'm saying. She literally, like, yeah, they have an episode. It's just how, like, how she, why she is who she is. That's what it is. Like I said, a full character development episode. Like, and you know how they did Dear White People? Remember Dear White People? When basically everybody had their own episode, and you like, okay, cool. This whole season is giving each person's perspective of like those set of events. And then no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They could have gave us the development episodes and still had the strip club. Exactly. Because like oh that was that's what I'm saying. That's the whole game anyway. Just like if you ever watched that show called Hit the Floor, that Logan Browning, the same girl that Sam in Dear White People, the series, little light skinned baddie, Logan and Taylor Page, and you know who that is, the girl screaming on the Kendrick Lamar song, but she's an actress. Her and Taylor are the main characters in there, and it's oh yeah, I believe that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Next outside
Boom.
the line for Taylor.
Okay, right.
What was
Boom.
fun just to
Right.
see
So okay,
how they're
Logan
working
and
off
Taylor were in
the
Hit the Floor like some years ago. It was like on like USA or some shit. It was a long time ago. But they acted like it was a basketball show, but it really was a show about the basketball dancers for the basketball team and the drama that was that it was like wait so they don't ever be hooping no. It was like no, they just sucked you in. Like, but yeah, right, right.
For a
Like,
noticeably smooth
all
showing,
you know, again, that's why I said that shit is just a TV show set in wherever it's set in. It's still finna give you all the shit. Especially, but niggas definitely expect to see more ass and titties. But it's definitely nah. It's some shit. It's still some shit. It's still some shit in season 2. But see, what's fucked up is that they also sprinkled the.
because they're both shoes
I
and
wish they
shoe
wouldn't have
actors.
sprinkled the pandemic in there,
Yeah,
cause
it doesn't
just
matter which
because of the
shoes they
time,
wear
like.
because they're both crunchy and delicious.
But I feel like we could have got that season 1. We could have got that season 1.
or both
We could have
realize
got some of the
that
pandemic
for
season 1. I feel like.
thousands, time wasn't.
Like
Someone was
we're
happy
we're.
because kids were
Well, that's what
playing,
I'm saying.
ice
See, but I
skating
wonder.
at home,
I wonder if. I wonder if
yes,
they
history
trying
has
to
the
like I don't know.
opportunity to almost forget.
Because I feel like if this is what if this is the finale? This shouldn't be the finale season. We should get to see like whatever happens next.
There's hardly a spouse anymore who feels supported. Meanwhile, daily notification reminders as the shock of the week. People flipping through Twitter, September, plus some drama that could be the season that gave birth to
Look, the season that's gonna get them like 6 seasons that they gonna have pink on outer face.
through smiles.
They'll take it up. Like, wait, did y'all get new writers?
What's good,
What?
James? How you doing? Never watched it. How's Little Tony on the stand?
How did
Looks like we got another Philly fan. Look who's talking.
clone? They done clone little murder.
I just haven't been feeling myself lately. I'm trying to find a better way to save my money.
Oh,
Keep
that's what I'm
writing.
saying. You gotta keep watching the show.
Oh, sorry. Oh
You
no.
gotta keep watching the show, man.
Remember when we got
She
Sunrise
is
Night
bad.
Liquors?
I feel
Top
like she
rated
like
savings
5'9".
accounts. That way you can make the smartest decision with every moment of your life.
Oh, good. Oh,
How do you do that?
Yeah,
The smartest
yeah,
decision of all your
yeah.
financial decisions.
What was her first name?
Just opened to the start.
Was it
The
like
heat wave continues on
Angela or something? Start with A.
on Raw through SummerSlam, only
In the
on
party.
USA.
AMC's $5 mac and cheese bowls offer limited time pecans or spice
I ain't know you was down to pop it off on camera like that. That shit really wild.
Disclosures could be shot on YouTube. What gives you energy?
Risk it all.
Which one is a first class trip back to the theater? It's a wild ride from start to finish. Or
Send me that shit.
never seen
Risking
anything
it
like
all.
this.
A D-Link story.
This is a payday bar with tons of peanuts and caramel to get the job done. So you can think of it as a tool to hammer your hunger, pack your appetite in half, and demolish your urge for peanuts. Payday. Get to it. Also try chocolate payday.
Use a map in your car.
Why not use a map with your cart?
Store mode and Home Depot app makes doing easy, telling you where to find what you need. Let's call it
Yeah.
My Turn to Shop. It's made for doing. Download the Home Depot app.
Natalie, do you know if your kids are home for the season?
Like, are your friends down today?
With advanced AI object detection and up to 4K resolution, you can protect your home
Right, right.
You know, fellas, there is nothing like excitement
Ah,
on Sunday night baseball.
been waiting all summer. Been waiting all summer to get back to school.
Fans will take it very quickly in this game. Padres, Dodgers, a crucial all-in clash of both on Sunday night baseball.
That very unsafe field visual has been disgusting throughout the day. Deshaun Watson hitting ground quarterback.
Right.
The Southern
Because
Plains
of
native
all the
is
actual shit you
violating
gotta
the
do.
NFL personal conduct policy. The ground quarterback has been pleaded sexual misconduct in interactions with 25
Right.
women during his off-field possessions.
Yeah, 23 of the
Mm-hmm.
lawsuits filed against
Mm-hmm.
him have been settled, including 3 last night. Another was dropped, and one remains active. Jeremy Schaff has more into
Life.
his thoughts on both these situations. Hey guys, so Judge Sue L. Robinson has
Hell
issued a
yeah.
ruling. 6 games. Deshaun Watson, which was a third of his salary for the season, 1/3 of $1 million, or about 0.14% of the value of his total
The
contract,
free, yeah, yeah, yeah.
$30 million,
The
the richest
earlier,
contract
the
ever in the
earlier,
NFL.
yeah,
He's already settled, as you said, 23 lawsuits that he filed against
yeah.
him, though the terms of those settlements
Gotta run that shit,
was
dog.
negotiated for the plaintiffs by the attorney Tony Buzbee. He issued a statement a few hours ago. It reads in part, I've been asked repeatedly about my thoughts
Mm-hmm.
in regards to the NFL's proceeding with Deshaun Watson, although some might find his story strongly biased in that regard. I have nothing meaningful to say about that process. I've said from the beginning that the civil process and the NFL's disciplinary process are very different. My role was to bear for my clients in civil court, nothing more. I've done that. I'm extremely proud of these women and our legal team's
Right,
efforts.
right.
The settlements are confidential. I will not comment on them further.
Yeah, that's
We have our
the
time
part of
bomb. We've
the
been
what you
covering
call it,
the Deshaun Watson story for the last year
what,
and a half, John.
television or whatever.
Among those suits settled last night by Busby on behalf
Niggas
of
never
his
stop for
clients were
gas on
suits
TV,
filed by
and if they
Agnes
do,
Reese.
something
She was
happens.
the first woman to come forward with allegations against Watson. What are we to make of the fact that these suits were settled, those suits last night, just as the NFL is about to announce Judge Robinson's decision?
Jerry, I don't think the timing is an accident at all. You'll remember at one point 25 women had filed civil lawsuits against Deshaun Watson. One of those women withdrew her lawsuit when the judge compelled the plaintiffs to be identified by name. In June, 20 of 24 women settled their lawsuits.
And you like,
There were
shit.
4 left.
Me too.
And Watson was under intense
I
pressure
got
from the
you.
plaintiff to settle those 4 cases to try to put this matter behind
Oh,
him.
for sure.
He has now settled all but one. We do not know the name of that lone plaintiff, Jeremy. The court
For
website
sure,
has not
for
been
sure.
updated. All
She
we
like,
just know
did she scammer?
forced women to file a lawsuit against Deshaun Watson back in March of last year.
Now, of course,
I
Watson
wouldn't do that to
repeatedly
you.
denied any wrongdoing, and two grand
I would
juries
never break
against
the
him
code, baby. I respect
declined
the
to
code.
indict him on criminal
That
charges.
nigga
Now,
Jody.
no trial's yet been
Nigga
set
Jody
for
said, I would never fuck no hoes at your job. That's against the code.
So what do we know about how the
That is against
sex
the
crimes
code.
prosecutor Lisa Flynn was able to conduct the NFL's investigation and the evidentiary basis of Judge Robinson's ruling?
Well, we know that ultimately the NFL interviewed 12 women and that 4 of those cases were presented as evidence to Judge Robinson. We were able to get a copy just a few moments ago of Judge Robinson's 16-page decision, and in that decision she spells out that she considered the evidence from 4 cases. Now, the NFL was trying to uh, go after Deshaun Watson based on 3 different prongs of its personal conduct policy. One, that he
She
had
be
committed
hitting you with
sexual
that
assault.
Deshaun Watson
2,
grip.
that he had committed conduct that
She
was
be hitting you with that little Deshaun
not
Watson
against
extra
another
grip.
person.
Thank you for the
And
massage.
that he
Thank you.
engaged in discrimination in the context of the integrity of the league.
No,
Since his
exactly.
resignation
You
in
know exactly what I'm
August
talking
was
about too.
a lot
Because
more
a girl trying to approach you with a side hug, and then the
stage.
nigga just
She
go
made
dick
serious
first to.
financial
You like, nah, don't
demands.
side hug me, girl.
Remember,
Let me feel that.
Watson
Let me
accused
feel
her
that tummy
of
warm
touching his
a little bit.
reproductive gender during this conversation.
let me
He was
feel a little. Let me feel a little softness.
responding
Oh, you
to
soft,
that.
girl.
Did the NFL
Inappropriate,
hesitate or
Deshaun.
retaliate against him?
No,
Well, the
I said
situation
inappropriate,
all
Deshaun. Don't
around
be
the
hugging
league
girls. Tell them they soft. What are you doing? What are we doing?
Let's also note that there was some panic on the
That's
attorney
funny,
representing
dog.
former Blue Washington Commanders,
Yeah,
with alleged
yeah.
mistreatment,
That's what I said.
Flynn Banks has worked on several other high-profile sexual misconduct
She a nigga
cases,
with
including
look, she a
allegations
nigga with no hoes.
against former New York
She gotta
Governor
get it how she can
Andrew
get
Cuomo.
it.
So you've been part of a similar process, the investigation
I'm
and
telling you, bro. Just think about it, bro. Like she don't have access to no. Like think about it. If she ain't got access to nobody who she thinks attractive. You're the only chance she get to cop a little feel.
Obviously,
This is a
perhaps
nigga
the
at the
best
massage
advice
spot.
is a
I
pathetic
don't
plea,
have no hoes.
and it's
I
consistent
gotta
with what we
I
have
gotta
seen
slide my dick to the
in
side
football.
and
We
hope when
see
she come
just
back she
how
graze that mug.
deeply
And when she
disdain
graze it,
for
I
women
hope she
has
say,
seeped
ooh.
into sexual harassment as sexual assault.
So Lisa, as many
very,
people are
very
pointing out
casually,
today, there have been
very
multiple
professional.
suspensions handed down for things like PED use and
Three
gambling
fingers.
violations. What does this say about the
Right,
disciplinary
right.
process
And that's what I
in the
said.
NFL
And,
and the NFL
and
playbook
then
that
while
suggests
she
over
moving it, she
time
say, ooh.
that those
Then you
two
like,
entities
oh,
prioritize
okay,
what they classify
now you've opened the
as
door.
misconduct.
I should I step through it
Well,
or?
you're absolutely right. You can see issues related to marijuana or
I'm telling you,
PEDs or gambling.
my thing about that whole shit is
We know it's more
I
than
feel like the
just
chicks always gotta open the
bad
door, right?
players,
Like
but when it
you
comes
can't
to
open the door. You
sexual
can't be like,
assault,
what's in here?
time and
No,
time
no,
again,
no.
we see a
You
slap
see
on
that?
the wrist for players
You
or
see that door
managers,
open? You can
as I've
peek
seen
through.
firsthand with
If
the
that door is
Washington
open,
Commanders. So the NFL has a real problem with women, and you have to believe that in this
exactly,
instance, this is so
exactly.
egregious and so laughable with respect to
You do
Deshaun
not get
Watson
to you don't get
that
to
the
bang on the door.
NFL will appeal, has to appeal, and it has to reverse this ruling.
Hmm.
And it has 3 days to make that decision. John, the NFLPA, for its part, issued a statement with Deshaun Watson last night saying that they would accept Robinson's ruling and urge the league to do the same. Can you unpack all of that for us?
Well, look, we know the league at one point was pushing for a year-long suspension for Deshaun Watson. That
Right,
came
right,
from Dan Graziano. He was the first to report that to us. And Dan then reported that the league was prepared to take a
right, right,
12-game suspension with a considerable fine in the neighborhood of $8 million. But in the end, Judge
right.
Robinson considered past precedent. Remember the
Exactly.
case of
Like
Greg
niggas
Hardy, the former
uh
defensive end from Carolina
feeling
Panthers
seen,
and
as
then the
niggas say.
Dallas Cowboys. There was an actual convicted
And some
conviction in
niggas,
that
you
sexual
know, again,
assault
you got
case, and
different
even
reactions. Some
his
people be like, yeah,
suspension
fuck it,
was
let's
from
talk about it. Like
10
I ain't never
games
had
to
nobody
4.
actually talk
So I
about it.
certainly understand Lisa's point with
And
respect to
it be cool.
the consistency across the board of suspensions. And
Bro,
Now Tate McMillan
bro,
is
Janky
looking for
Ray.
a job in the NFL.
Ray was in LA last week.
Excuse me. This is the draft
Bro,
disciplinary process. So if the NFL goes against what Tate
know.
Robinson has
I didn't know
put
because
down,
I thought,
then
okay,
Tate
remember you
could
was
face
sick
suspension.
and you was like, I was trying to link up
The
with her,
NFL PA is
when I'm
requiring
not sick. I mean, when I'm not
significant
sick. And I was like, oh, fuck, all right, bet. And
and
then she
very
had hit me saying,
trusted with the league offensive
yes,
line
then she hit me
coaches
saying she was in
saying that's
Atlanta
not understood.
and she would be back in Houston on Friday. So I was like, oh, damn, okay, well, we gonna like miss each other. You know what I'm saying? And then when I was talking to her yesterday, she was like, no, nigga. She was like, I was in Atlanta for like the weekend and then she came back to LA like on Monday. So she was in LA on Wednesday.
Deadline looms closer and closer. One
Yeah.
system, he's still in DC. However, one closer is on the
Yeah.
move from one playoff spot
Damn.
to another.
And I
Looking
meant
to
to
make the move this
and
afternoon.
I meant to hit her up. I meant to hit her up anyway, just because, and didn't. Definitely could have mobbed it. Well, I mean, shit, we was already had a good time. Yeah, I already had a good time at Blue Spot anyway. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, I think that woman booty, that woman booty. Yeah.
That's for two mediums for just $6.99 each. That's less than a dozen slices. That's a good slice.
Right.
How are you in that switch for?
I think she might be there.
Here we have two medium, one top of pizzas for just $6.99 each. Right around station 11.
Right, right. I think she.
Starbucks took a job from the team. What gives you
Right.
energy?
Let me say I turned it on. Who's that? Alright, man. That nigga said, but in a good way.
The best things in sailing? Going fishing. Cruise Link, the official beer of everything unofficial.
Immediately advanced. First ever 72-hour nonstop protection with boat clearance. Tested to the limit.
Stimulating brine barriers.
Superior 72-hour nonstop protection, however much you move.
We changed our fries to keep them hot and crispy every single time.
That's right.
And every single time, Toby insists we high fry.
Nigga say, okay, I see you, my dog.
Try Wendy's hot and crispy fries. Prefer almost 2 to 1 over McDonald's.
It's all about trying new things. Or only
Nigga look, nigga like,
more timeless things.
nigga.
Timeless.
See this nigga, let me see this nigga foot placement.
T is for fun. Ice just got a whole lot colder.
You funny dog. What is it?
Dad, who's that?
Michael F.
Huh? It's
Manuel Ferrera.
Hey, yeah, sure, rewind it. I'm a big figure pop.
Manuel. Oh man, yeah, that shit pop right up.
Neighbors want to drink. Catcom? Huh? Who?
Yeah, it looked like it.
Well, quit the commercial. Yeah, I know, right?
Let's get on a Cupid date by Buckley on that.
That's not Cat Man. What's up,
That
fellas?
nigga said, oh, this nigga, oh, hell no.
Hey,
Hell yeah, this nigga is free.
you guys.
This nigga French.
What about you?
Let me see, Vanessa Monet. Lucia Ford.
FX is very rich in talents. Stream
Nah,
now
I got
on
that. I
Hulu.
got that. I see that on the what's called. Hmm? held him down on some point shit. He just got them deep.
Making baseball news, the Padres have made a trade. All for Juan Soto. Landed heartthrown closer Josh Hader from the Brewers, that according to Jeff Passan. Hader is a four-time All-Star who's leading the league with 29 saves this year. Interesting to note, if the season ended today, both the Brewers and the Padres would be in the playoffs. But Jeff Passan is set to join us later to have this right assessed. The Padres landing Juan
Yeah,
Soto.
yeah, yeah.
The breaking news
He's a
that
yeah,
hasn't
he's a dog. He's a dog.
pretty much all morning and early afternoon on SportsCenter is the status of Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson as he was handed a 6-game suspension for violating the league's personal conduct policy after accusations of sexual misconduct. Disciplinary officer Sue L. Robinson's report said that the NFL did make its case and Watson's conduct was egregious, but president demanded that she issue a 6-game ban instead of the indefinite for Thursday as the league was seeking. First with Cleveland Browns. What does this mean? This means that they will get Deshaun Watson back pending any potential appeals by the NFL in week 7 when they go to the Baltimore Ravens, of course, one of their most bitter rivals
Yeah,
there
right,
in
right.
the
That
AFC
yeah,
North
that nigga
division.
be on some
Division
shit.
season on the road against Tampa. The team that traded their former starting quarterback Baker Mayfield to in early July. But once again, Deshaun Watson is to return in week 7. And let's keep going there with the football side of this as we welcome our analyst, Dan Orlovsky. Again, we have to do 6 games. Let's go through what this means now on the field for the Cleveland Browns because he is allowed to play in practice throughout the preseason, play in preseason games. Again, practically in the first 3 weeks of the regular season, and then he returns to practice actually for 4, getting set for the potential return then in week 7. Let's go back to the preseason game part, right? Should they even let him play when they're trying to get presumably Jacoby Brissett ready to go as
Juddy.
starter?
Yeah, I think you put it well with the mindset that this is Jacoby Brissett's football team.
Kicking it hard.
Yeah, and basically switching Deshaun Watson and Jacoby Brissett's roles. Deshaun Watson can get your second team number 2 reps both in practices and games. But
My
there's 52 other people on this
my
football
rookie
team
quarterback
and
is a
from coaches,
92. That's the
organizations, and
starter.
players. And
My
Jacoby
second string
Brissett
quarterback
is
also is
going
a
to be a
92.
guy that, as of right now, through his 6
My third
games,
string
is
quarterback's
your
like
starting quarterback. So
76.
you've got to get him those
My
majority
third
reps,
string nigga's like
hopefully as soon
76.
as
He can
possible.
ball,
Games. Take
but he
last
just
year's
don't get to play that
experience in the
often.
conference
And
championship
oh,
game
I
where
did
they went
re-sign him though.
6-3-3, and they ended there against the Chiefs and the 49ers. So, but for the training camp purposes for practice and preseason, I
Yeah,
think you say Jacoby Brissett, your starting quarterback.
yeah. I
Deshaun,
think
the tough part is
what you call it had
when
like
you issue
matter of
6
fact.
games of suspension, those are 6 games of
I'm
immediate
finna update the
six
shit.
playing football. So you want to be aware that he needs work and reps and all that. I
Unless
think you get him as the
has
number
this
2
already
quarterback
been
officially for
updated?
your team for that 6-week period.
Well, but that number 2 quarterback would be able to get
Postseason
on the
week
field and make
22.
the
Oh,
best
it is
number of
updated.
games
Let's
possible.
go.
You want to get him those reps, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think you do that as your starting quarterback. You want to make sure that you're giving Jacoby the best chance to play well, because again, you're trying to respect the rest of your football team.
Absolutely.
You're not just saying, hey, Deshaun's the only one that matters, and we're going to give him his reps. Jacoby's got to be able to feel very comfortable with Kevin Stefanski as their play caller, and Deshaun can get those backup reps in games to somewhat get back
Yeah,
to
they
full
don't
speed
show me
play-wise.
no.
And once again, this is
Oh
the Browns basically expected probably a minimum of 6 games. So therefore, they have been preparing for
okay,
Jacoby Brissett to
this
take
is
over this
updated.
role anyway. What do they need to
Damn,
do
but
to
now I
make him
forgot to
as
see.
set him up to succeed as much as possible?
I don't think it
I
changed
forgot to
much.
see what I was gonna look on
This
here
is a
for.
football team that on paper is top 10 defense in the league talent-wise.
Damn.
So you go, our offense is only 50% of that equation. Yeah, Kevin Stefanski,
Yeah,
as
alright,
a play
bro.
caller, has got
I was
history
looking at the
running this
stats.
offense with quarterbacks that aren't ultra talented,
Passing
which is a
stats.
Kirk Cousins, a very
Yeah,
good
yeah.
player,
One person got
Baker
3,200.
Mayfield,
The other one got
very good
1,400.
player, but not the talent that Deshaun Watson is. So I think you let the history of this offense, the scheme,
I'm talking about
the top
I'm talking
offensive
about
line
my
and run game, and the top 10
first string,
defense
second
somewhat
string quarterback.
mitigate the 6-game suspension as of now, and just believe that Deshaun is a player that can go and create things on his own. Jacoby
Oh
this
wow.
offense is good enough and talented enough that he can be good enough to
Look at this.
have
Alright, bro.
chances to win games. And I'll go back to the fact that none of those 3-3 teams are
Welcome in.
teams in the conference.
Back at work. What's up?
Does
What's
that
up?
change anything?
What's going down?
Pretty sold on that.
Would it be 6
I'm
games?
back at home. I've been running
Quarterback.
crazy.
I mean, every single
Oh, man,
night.
I made it. I made it.
COVID, but
It'll take
I
time.
made it.
That to be for
I I did. My aunt was super gassed when she saw me. She was happy. She cried and all that. So,
that maintained this
yeah,
run. Week
it was
7
great.
at Baltimore for a big game. You're sure that you would see Deshaun Watson take his
Oh,
first
I
snap
don't
in
know.
the game.
I guess. Oh shit, I was.
Meantime, for the entertainment, we have
And you did say that. You did say that when I got off the phone. I was like, and I felt like I was like, yeah, all right, bro, I'm talking about. I'm hang up. And then you was like, yeah, I told you.
wants his kids, including
Yeah.
those who expressed remorse and his
Uh,
family to the league of the first child lawsuit. But she also said mitigating factors
yeah, I
included
talked the whole
financial
time in the club
difficulties
too.
and had an extra button pushed to give him immunity before these events, consolidating investigations and plea restitution.
You know,
The report said that even if the
Jill,
proceedings take place
Jill was in, dog. You told Courtney he was in there drinking wine,
both misdemeanor
and you should have let it. You might as
further discipline.
you might as well have let him go in there with the loafers and that button down.
Cornerstone of Las Vegas, against in-state rivals LAFC all day on Sunday.
Yo, we walked up and the dudes said we could smoke in there. I know Jokes was like, oh my god.
Back on that. Champions have three players. The epitome of a winner in
Where
the
are
annals of what
we?
franchise veterans in the
I think we're. Is
NBA
this the place? Look
Champions
at
of the
it.
world took this legendary figure
Dog.
to task.
He-
One of my dad's favorite quotes
Jokes literally pulled us out of there.
From the
And I told him
Orlando
we should have
Magic
Ubered him home.
death row. You can't, in heaven, you can't cross the threshold.
Jokes. Jokes coming to do something like old slave. We got to get home.
If winning really is winning with quality, then wrestling
Massa,
is
Massa
really
gon'
is
Massa gon' get us.
American team sports.
It really is. The history
Hey, he tried to use anything.
Boston Celtics are, yes, a great sport
Like,
franchise.
don't, Corey, don't you got a flight to catch?
Phil was a hell of a gift and a great one.
No one, not mantle, not star, not
With me,
trophy,
with
not even
you,
golf course wrestler can quite
bro.
equate to a winner, which by some definitions is nothing less than phenomenal.
Really felt great.
Bro, Jim's gonna be the nigga that's gonna ask you when you gonna light your weed. He said, so Courtney, you said that this is your stash. Did you plan on lighting any of this? Like that? He's like,
In the civil rights era, using nude covers with superstars was legendary.
right.
The dimensions of the arena.
Are you still?
Such ridiculous in terms of just looking over television cameras.
It is like
There's two of them that were perfectly photographed. Fantastic.
right.
Ali, the pro wrestling Brock Lesnar, the assassination of his statue was just preposterous. And not to give it the respect that it
Which
actually
one?
deserves. Brad Pitt's statue. Other than theirs, they had never
It was
seen
that. No, no, no. I wasn't a bro yet. I became a bro right after that. That was early.
with Brad Pitt. And as an actor, he paved the
Right,
way
right.
for Kurt Cobain. Every black player who came into the league after him, including me, mentioned it. Said this kid's going to go to be an idol. His success on the court and the
Yo,
field was dominating.
you don't even know how to do that.
5 and ending in championship. Boston plays Bill Wrestling plays
And
Bill.
you don't do this.
Other Boston Celtics legends Larry Bird. I have every right as a pro wrestler and as a player and I was undecided at the time. We were able to cross paths and spend time together.
Of course.
So
And in the ring, Tom Brady, speaking for the first time in Jamestown, has a 7-time champs ballot guest after some key losses, 2 limited losses on offense. And the faithful trade deadline
course. Jibs. Bro.
After the biggest event of the summer, the heat wave continues on Raw versus on Raw after SummerSlam, only on USA.
It's 5 a.m. I feel like I'm ready to get into it.
With commentators aging 68.
Cause he know himself.
And millions of ways to make the most of it. One more idea behind it.
When it comes to
That nigga.
just getting what you
I know
need
myself.
done, today, your person. It's you who did it. Your chunk, our chunks. However you get it,
Out
you
there
got
being
you.
too crazy.
It's made for doing it. Download the Home Depot app. Take care of your digital.
Bro. Yeah. Yeah, he just be get yeah, true. He be getting loaded and doing like phone
Show
weird
the
shit.
smooth shake. No shake.
That he got loaded one night and lost his cards in his trunk. You remember that? You remember that? And he was like, "Can you come back? I think I left my keys in your car." And I'm like, "Bro, I just pulled over. I just searched the car. Your keys not in here." I pull back up, open the trunk, and the keys are right there. Like you didn't even try, bro. You didn't even look for these keys. And and
Fasten your
like,
shoes? Don't wait. Go to safelight.com.
bro,
You can
that
schedule
nigga
service
drop. That
just
nigga
like
just
that.
dropped the
It's
ball
so
on you. I'm gonna
easy.
be
More
honest.
customers today are relying on
They just dropped the
JLR's
ball.
advanced safety features, like automatic emergency braking and lane departure warning. That's why our recalibration service is state of the art. We recalibrate your vehicle's camera
Bro, he
so you
said
can
he
still
he
count on those
implements
safety
software,
features.
some shit. I was like, you don't know how to do that.
Don't wait. Schedule now.
Bro, remember he had that job doing like some graphic design shit at A&M, like some kind of. You remember that? Bro, he was doing some kind of like making like he was. I feel like he was like an office like assistant or something. But part of his duty was like making like little flyers for like the random little events and shit like that. And I'm like, ain't no way, dog. There's no way. There's no way you're completing that task. That shit funny though. Jokes, never mind. Right, right. Yeah, they call Jokes to ask for restaurant recommendations. That nigga Jokes loves some bougie restaurants. Damn, did you see Millie's that shit party that she went to that night? I felt like she posted like a reel. Either she posted a reel or it was on her story. I felt like it was a video from that party she was talking about she went to. It looked pretty cool. Yeah, she hit me like the next day. I feel like she hit me the next day and was like, "How was the shit?" And I was like, "Man, that shit was fire. We didn't want to leave." And she was like, "Yeah, the thing I went to was tight too." And then I think I stole some of her shit and saw either, like I said, it was either her story or some reel or something. What's the other shit? It's still morning. Is it Millie?
MLB trade deadline 6 p.m. Eastern Tuesday. A flurry of
Oh
activity
shit, I ain't even
expected.
college days. Let me see.
Indeed, it has some activity today. Some breaking news from our Jeff Passan. Padres landed heartthrown closer Josh Hader from the Brewers. Hader, a four-time All-Star, leading the league with 29 saves this year. Milwaukee gets back another closer, left-hander Rogers, along with a couple of pitching prospects. But they are unloading to go get the Padres farm system among the best in baseball. They acquired the league's leader in saves and traded away the player with the second most saves, Taylor Rogers. While Hader may have had the most saves, he has struggled this season. 4.24 ERA, the worst of his career. I will never drink any Hater anything. Never. Senior MLB insider Jeff Passan with us breaking this news. Didn't have enough time to talk. A busy, busy day. So when I saw this, I said, well, wait a second. Prospects, the Padres unload to get Hader. What does this mean for their pursuit of Juan Soto?
Their pursuit of Juan Soto, Matt, is still intact at this point. But just in case that doesn't happen, because there are other teams in there, they wanted to get an impactful player, and that impactful player is Josh Hader. I understand numbers are numbers, right? Don't look at the numbers right now, though. The 4.24 ERA is misleading. Before 2000,
movie feature in baseball for about half a decade right now. And the Padres were concerned with the back end of their bullpen. Taylor Rogers had blew some games, and they believe that they have a championship caliber team. They wanted championship caliber closers.
And look, and this was interesting too from the Brewers' perspective because as the playoffs start today, both of these teams would be in.
Correct.
So puzzling that a playoff team, at least today, would be in the front line.
The may I just say this? The Brewers did incredibly well in this deal. I heard from a division rival a little bit earlier who said, I can't believe Milwaukee got that much. It's not just Taylor Rogers. It's Robert Gasser, a left-handed pitcher down in the minor leagues. It's Esteury Ruiz, who made numbers in the minor leagues all year. It's Dinelson Lamet, a guy who in the past has been an effective starter but has been injury prone. So for 1 year of Josh Hader, remember he's a free agent after the 2023 season. It's a great return for Milwaukee.
All right, so that was huge trade for the Padres. We know they're involved in Soto. They're interested in him given the market and this 23-year-old phenom that Juan Soto might be.
There it is right there. St. Louis, Los Angeles, and San Diego. The Padres have been there for something, because they have Robert Hassel, C.J. Abrams, they have James Wood and Jackson Merrill, Mackenzie Gore.
Say it
These
again.
really good, talented, young, under control players who they are willing to move. The Cardinals don't have just
Yeah,
those
that's
type
very.
of players and quite a
How
few
you
big
finesse
leagues as
that?
well.
He was
Dylan
flying you
Carlson,
out, and waiting
another
to just be
someone who
janky.
he could be the center
He,
fielder compatible with.
I want the same.
Jordan Walker,
I want the.
Mason
I
Wingo.
want the.
The
I need the
Dodgers are
same gig.
the Dodgers are sneaky
Nigga,
because it's hard to find
nigga,
players
at the domino table, yeah, same 20.
Either they go and get a guy
I need the same joke.
who
Like,
works in the
like you know how
minors
you
for
play
them,
him at you
or
like
they go
20.
up the
Damn,
process
okay,
and
cool,
get
same 20 then.
offensive speed return
I
guys
didn't
like
expect you to. I
Strand
didn't expect you
or
to hit 20 right
Stillman.
then,
Let's
but
trade the
I'll,
Padres maybe to
I'll
trade
take the
Juan Soto.
same.
If I asked you to
What?
bet on the Soto Astros,
You're right there.
that's true. That is right. I
You
told
know
you
what I'm
Soto
saying?
was going to go to the
And when
Astros.
I was like,
Has to
shit,
make it.
nah, I don't feel like going to San Diego.
He's Oakland.
But
The answer, the next target.
Ocean, yeah, San Diego, then Oceanside.
Buccaneers trade
And
Cam
you know me,
Newton away
I
for
damn near need
Brady.
a quick escape
On the
route.
field, we haven't
Like,
heard from him until
if
today,
Oceanside
though.
an hour
The
away, I can't take
Chargers
the
are
hour
set
and
to
then miss
retire
the
Brady
flight,
through
miss 3
2025.
flights. You know what I'm
Oakland,
saying?
it'll be the first quarterback to ever line up under center.
Oceanside,
It's that
but
old
it's probably
team.
not.
We hadn't heard from him
Nah, the
until
Oceanside probably ain't
today.
United.
And himself, TB12, speaking on Colts.
Last year, people had the
Also, I'm going by
the
jokes. I'm going by jokes is
winning the Super Bowl.
how
I don't think
far
there's
it
any
is.
excuses, We
Nah.
haven't done anything else. There's one
Oh, it
person
is.
that's really happy at the end of the year, the team that wins. So you got to conquer next year and do everything you can to try to keep that position.
You cited unfinished business when you announced that you were returning. Does that mean when you can leave it?
We're going to just do the best we can do. It's a lot of work between now and August 1st. So there's a lot of time. Nobody knows what the team's going to look like. You think you have a center and then he gets injured. So the team's different in one day. So we're
you watch our Fantasy on the Field segment. What you need to know before making any moves. And all eyes are on Hello Soto, Juan Soto. Baseball trade deadline, 6 p.m. Eastern. Who's going to land the 23-year-old starlet tomorrow at noon Eastern?
The White Death waits for you with his army of assassins. You put them together, or die alone. Take your day off, Karen, for the trade Tuesday.
Alright? It's all about trying new things. Or old things in new ways. Or timeless things in timely ways. So try both people, then try something else. Because T is for trying, and ice just got a whole lot cooler.
This is a payday bar. It's got tons of peanuts and caramel core that get the job done. So you can think of it as a tool to be kept here, or even here. But definitely not here. It's not a pencil, people. Payday. Get to it.
We changed our fries to make them hot and crispy every single time.
High fried.
And every single time, Toby insists to be high fried.
High fried. High fried. High fried. No ketchup, right?
Try Wendy's hot and crispy fries. Prefer almost 2 to 1 over McDonald's.
Thank you for taking care of our son. For a noticeably smooth shave, Dollar Shave Club